Feature number one, the Presto PDCA dashboard. I lost the D there, sorry about that. And I'd like to highlight Presto. When you start using the solution, it's all about housekeeping. It's all about keeping order in your company. And order starts with your operating model. You're working on a dashboard. Your whole company is going to work on that dashboard with you, or at least the senior and mid-level managers to start. And you want to make sure your company's in order, your house is in order, and it's easy to navigate around. So that quote from Steve Jobs talks about the best way to innovate is to be organized so you can try different things. So here we are on the dashboard. You can see Samuel DuPont managing his mid-sized manufacturing company. He sees his direct reports. He sees how many teams are in each reporting line. He sees how many people are in each reporting line, and he sees how many processes each division, each department, each team is responsible for. Now, we're not going to spend time going through all the features today, but as you can imagine, every number you see on that little panel on the right, you can click and you can zoom in and you can really go to the next level of detail. So you don't even need to make phone calls to understand what Mario from engineering does with his 26 processes. Who are those 13 people? So keeping that in mind, here we are on the dashboard. Today, we're going to be looking at our company. So you're going to see real example coming from product development. I'm going to show you an example where we're launching a new feature and how we have a group of task lists that are supporting an agile sprint. So you can see this is my company here. And if you take a look, this is what we call the PDCA dashboard. You're looking at all the tasks across each department and where they are in the plan, do, check, act change cycle. And that act, by the way, stands for acknowledge or approve. These are all activities that are that are in the queue. They're waiting to be brought forward, but they still haven't been approved yet. In most companies, anybody that has a lot of ideas and they have a lot of things going on, they have a lot of things they want to do. And of course, sometimes you don't always get to them, but what you do want to do, you want to acknowledge that they're there and then decide, are we going to go forward or not? And obviously it takes a certain level of leadership to handle each of these phases. That's what I'm going to highlight here. So if you take a look, here's our website management team managed by Deepa. If I click on that all button there, I'm going to get to look at these 7 projects that she's currently managing in the plan, do, check, act cycle. So you can see how many are in plan phase, how many are in the do phase, how many in the act phase. You can see this is the phase has been acknowledged. Blue means complete. And of course, acknowledge usually means directors are acknowledging activities. Plan phase, team leaders are planning your resources. They're deciding who's going to be working on what, when things are going to be done, and what tasks are in there. And then once you've planned activity, now you're in the do phase. You have the people executing. And as soon as they're done executing, again, you bring your team leaders back into the equation to make sure that they sign off and say yes to the company that things were executed correctly. And then at that point, you may want to launch a lesson learned initiative. You may want senior management to communicate to the company that this was done. And of course, you want management to thank the staff. And that's how you can effectively use the PDCA cycle in a very simple way, whether you're working on complex activities and projects or even simple issues, simple task lists. So keeping that in mind, let's jump on our dashboard now. I'm going to take you to So here's our company. You can see there we are. We have this many headcount. Now, that's not all employees. Some of those are clients, some of those are service providers, and they fall into different departments. And these are our business processes. So what you see on the side here is all the different ways we've grouped our activities. Now, we're not going to go through all of these. If you were in our last webinar 2 weeks ago, we were talking about asset management. How many of these activities are linked to physical assets? And of course, you can then go further and see which assets they're linked to. Not going to talk about that at the moment. Today, we're going to talk about task list grouping and how to get task lists into the email boxes of the people where you want to get updates from. So just to give you a little bit more information about these filters, what you see here, these are the strategic initiatives in my company. So you can see we're doing automating and enhancing the online training help desk. So you can see these are on the right, these are which categories that the task lists or the projects or the standard work, however you want to call it, fall into. And you can see there we are in the plan, do, check, act for automating and enhancing the online help desk. So I click that button to look at everything, and you can see project by project. You see we're still doing a lot of planning. We're doing some doing for this one. Let's go back a second. Let's talk about launching our mobile app. What's open right now? You can see we got 6 productivity activities, 2 safety activities. And if I click on that, I'm going to get all of them. And of course, you can see where they are across the company. Some are in business development, some are in operations, some are in the IT team where the developers are. So this allows you to now start to zoom into what that top priority is. That's what Presto's giving you. It's giving you this peace of mind to say, okay, this month we have this big deliverable, we have this client expecting something, and you want to be able to just zoom into what you should be working on and make sure that the people that are supposed to be executing are not waiting for you to give them a go, okay, that they are executing with the minimal amount of downtime during the handoff period. So keeping that in mind, let's build a simple task list. So the task builder, right from the dashboard, actually, let me take one step back. Let me talk about the 3 dashboards that you're working on. Just so you know, Presto is a business management solution. There's 3 ways you can manage activities. You can manage standard work, which is run the company activities. You can manage issues, which is fix the company activities. And you can manage projects, which are grow the company activities. And what you're doing is you're forcing your company to understand these 3 perspectives when it comes to managing business. And I can't begin to tell you how many times I'm working with a new prospect client or a new client, and we're explaining to them the value of having your process, your activities grouped into these 3 ways. And just that in itself is a big winner for a lot of companies, because they're not doing it that way, but it clicks immediately at the management level, because they say, yeah, you're right. We spend a lot of time trying to run when we should be walking. And what they're referring to is we got a ton of issues, and those issues are just mixed in with everything else. Let's get those separated on the issue dashboard so we can get issues, a certain SWAT team working on issues. We got our own business team working on our processes, our daily business. And then we got our change management team, our PMOs, working on the grow the company, change the company strategic initiatives. So big topic. We could spend a lot of time on it. We're not going to, but I did want to highlight that to you. So I'm going to highlight from your dashboard. You choose which activity dashboard you want to work on. And today we're going to be working on the standard work dashboard. We're going to be working on a standard process, which is launching software features, product development. And you'll see how complex it gets. But as long as you keep order and you make the right checklist and you link them correctly, it becomes a business as usual, cut and dry activity. So to create a checklist, you're going to click this button here. You add an activity, and then it's going to take you to another screen, which you'll see in a second, where you are going to assign it to a team leader, the activity. So the activity lands on your dashboard to a team leader. You then choose a workflow. So you can see these here. We have a just do it workflow, PDCA workflow, fill-ins, thank you projects, and ideas. Now this is completely customizable. So you're going to create workflows based on the way your company likes to work. And then you choose a key success factor. So in this case, we're going to choose training, but you may choose productivity, quality, cost, depending on how you like to group your activities. And then finally, add a name to the task list. If you don't upload a checklist that's automatically configured, you'll do this by hand, and this will allow you to freestyle whatever the checklist you're building. So at that point, you save, and then you're going to build your task list on the task list management screen. So you put an action plan, you put dates, and you put people, and we use the RACI accountability matrix. So let's do an example on my dashboard. Let's go to our website design team, and let's build a landing page for a new product feature that we're launching. So remember, today's example, we're going to do an agile project launching a new feature in the market. And one of the pieces to the larger puzzle is actually building a landing page for that feature. And we're going to count on the website design team, Robin. So let's jump now. So now what I'll do, I'm going to clear my filters, and I'm going to do one more thing just to make things easier on the eye. I'm going to jump to our advanced filter panel. I'm going to say, just show me stuff that was booked today. So cleaning everything up for cleanliness purpose. So what we'll do now, let's go jump to Robin's team. Now she's in business development, so I can click there. She's in marketing. Now I could click there, but just to show you a couple other features. You can navigate up and down the company just by using our org chart. So you can, team by team, you can see who's on those teams. And from here, I'm going to say, let's go jump straight to marketing. There she is. You can see 15 groups of teams underneath her, 8 total people are supporting that. So jump to that. There's marketing. We have content management, outreach management, website and sales funnel management, SEO, and media and publicity partners. And you can see that number 6 there is telling us that we got different partnerships taking place. So you can see these are different media partners that work with us that support our marketing program. So that's why I said earlier, these are not all employees. Some of these people can be vendors, can be clients and service providers. And all of those, just while we're talking about that quickly, are managed on your accounts panel. So you can see these are my clients, these are my service providers, government regulators. Obviously, I don't have anything in here. You can put client prospects in here. So we're going to start putting all our potential clients on this panel instead of putting them with the clients. So it's a way to keep yourself organized. In this case here, we're going to book a checklist to the website management team. So what we want to do, we want to build a landing page. So I'm going to create a work order. I'm going to assign it to website management. I'm going to assign a workflow. And in this case here, don't want to confuse you. We use a lot of them, and I didn't have time to actually hide these so you wouldn't stumble over these, but just we're going to use the most simple one, a one-step JDI. JDI means just do it. So basically, whatever you put in this task list, you're saying it's already been approved, it's already been planned, just go do it. So, and this automatically defaults to productivity, but you might say this could be a training initiative, it could be a safety initiative, could be a cost initiative. In this case, it's a productivity daily standard work that this team does. So I'm just going to put quality or productivity. So productivity. So I'm going to save that. And now you see we go straight to the task list. And I have it right now configured so that it's very bare, just so for the purpose of the demo. So I'm going to say, who's going to work on this? Well, let's assign this for fun just to myself. Let's put Chris as a consulted party. Maybe we will also ask our colleague Irwin to be involved. And let's keep Ramesh, the key developer, informed, because as we're managing the web page, eventually we might need some development support or some consultation. So at this point in time, we set up the RACI matrix. I'm going to add a checklist, and I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say, okay, build landing page. Okay, so what we can do, we'll say, okay, let's plan activities. Let's complete activities. Let's review activities. And let's agree next steps. So what you're seeing here, I'm just naturally using the PDCA logic. We're planning things, we're doing. When you're done doing, you check and you agree next step. So what you can see here now, you see these activities. These are the people that are going to do it. And if your company isn't familiar with the RACI matrix, we have the RACI matrix explanations everywhere so they learn as quick as possible. So the person that's responsible, that's the person who's actually carrying out the process of the assignment. Accountable person is the person that's accountable to make sure that the responsible person gets the job done, and so forth. So we've created a task list. Now I might say, that's a very simple way to do it, but on this team here, we have a group of checklists that go to those processes you saw earlier on the process board. So I'm going to say, forget about this. Let's actually go to one of our best practice process standard work checklists. And here's all the checklists for this team. You can see build a killer landing page, 9 steps. Perfect. Let's use this one. So now I import this, and you can see, there we go. We put a header, the stakes, the value proposition. So here, what you got here now, you get all the steps, process steps to a process. And if I zoom in to each step, you got a description, you got your RACI matrix set up, and you also have, in some situations, you're going to have documents. So you can see in this example here, this checklist has 3 templates that you can use. So here we have a PowerPoint document, and what you do is you link them to your shared drive, and then you name them here. And you can see we have a wireframe job aid. It's a style guide. You can see it's flagged as red, meaning it's there, but it needs revisions. And you can see we go straight to that. We also have a header collection listing template. It's updated. So you can come here and you can start to see examples of headers. Now, this all comes from R&D exercises, training courses you've been on. You keep your notes, and you keep your notes linked to your checklist, so that when people are doing best practices or standard work, they have access to those things. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but we have other demo webinars that we've done on this that are published online if you're interested in seeing the details. But you can see we've created a checklist. Let's put some dates in here. Let's get this guy done for the 15th, this guy done for the 16th, this guy done for the 17th, and I'll stop it. This one, the 21st. So if I close this, you'll see this is a just do it Kanban board. We're in the do phase. Now you might actually come in here and say, wait a second, we're not so excited about going right off the launch pad. We may need to do a little bit of management work. So let's actually plan the time frame and the team. Let's imagine we don't even know these are the right people. We don't know the time. So what I'm going to do, I add another task, and I'm going to zoom into that. And you can see it's automatically defaulting as a do task. We're going to say this is a planned task. Okay. And I'm going to say, you know what? And Chris, he's a director in the company. He's going to be responsible for that. And I'm going to close that. And I'm going to, just for correctness, I'm going to bring this up to the top. And I'm going to say this needs to be done by the 15th, tomorrow. And let's say, guys, we got to get this done quickly. I'm going to even make it red. So now you'll see when I close this, we're no longer in the do phase on the dashboard. We get demoted. We're in the plan phase. And if you open that up, you can see there you are. It's telling you plan still needs to be done. It's red. It needs to be done by the 15th, whereas the do is going to be done by the 21st. So I wanted you to just get an understanding of that. But again, we got a lot of webinars online that explain PDCA and how to get really granular if you want to. But I wanted you to see that because now you're going to see how this activity is going to be included with a group of other activities. So at this point, you've created a task list. Next thing you want to do, you want to request people to give you a status update. So what you can do now in the task list, you can push an email, we say. That's the term we're using. So basically what you're doing is you have the task list, you have Presto giving you all the piece of information, and now you have the possibility in a couple seconds to just say, I want to reach out to some of the people in this racing matrix regarding some of the work in this task list, and I want them to get in touch with us to make sure we have all these dates and all of our colors are correct. So you're going to push an email. It's going to take you to this screen that looks like this. So you can have Presto do it, or you can just push the manual way. And this way it opens up your email, which service provider, if you're using Outlook, it opens up Outlook. If you use Gmail, it opens up Gmail, and it puts certain pieces of information in that mail. But this is the one that gives you really a real robust HTML generated mail. So we're going to take a look at that one. So what we'll do now, I'm going to open this up again, and let me just rename this. So it automatically took the name of the Kanban board. I'm going to say build a landing page for our new meeting management feature. That's the feature I'm going to show you shortly that we're building in an agile framework. So now we're going to say we're also going to build a landing page. So now there it is. You can see there's our checklist. There's the people. And now what you can do, I want to contact those people and say, guys, we just agreed this. You're in the RACI matrix. Let's get onto this. Now, as you can imagine, you can also set things up so that when you create a task, when you create a project, people get emails, people get alert messages. For the moment, now that we use this feature, we shut everything off and we say, you know what, the only alerts and emails people get they're gonna get it when somebody pushes it to them. So you know you're not going to be inundated with automatic emails. If you get something from the system, it's because somebody sent it to you. So I open up this panel. I could say send it to everybody. Not going to do that. Just going to send it to myself and Chris. Now you can see these people here. These are all people that are in the RACI matrix. I'm going to put a note. I'm going to say, hey guys, this is due tomorrow. Can you please give an update? So simple request. Now I'm going to click that button, and now I'm going to jump into my Gmail, and now you can see there it is, just came in. Project, building a landing page for our new meeting management feature. In the preview, it's already telling you that somebody's pushing something to you. So I'm going to open that up, and you can see there's the name of the project, there's the date, and immediately the receiver knows, and the receiver in this case is me. I sent it to myself, obviously. I know that there's a task list that we're going to look at, and I'm responsible. I'm a responsible party. Whereas if Ramesh got that, he would have seen the C lit up because we put him as a consulted party. So he knows, okay, there's a task list. People might ask me for consultation, but I'm not responsible. So that, you approach things different when you know where you are in the ratio matrix. There's a picture of me. So the people that receive this mail know immediately, this is the guy that sent it to me. So you see that on your handheld as well. There's a message. Andrew has pushed this to you. So you realize Andrew just pushed us something. There's the message that I wrote. Hey guys, this is due tomorrow. And now you can see, dear Andrew, you have been allocated to a new one-step just do it activity. And you can see there's the checklist, build the killer landing page. There's the due dates we put in. There's my role. So I'm responsible on all of these. You can see Chris, as we said earlier, CW, that's his initials. He's responsible on that first one, plan the time frame. You can see it's delayed, 0%. And you go further, and there you have links to any documents you've either uploaded in there or that were already included in your templates. So what you're doing now, there's my 3 documents I showed you earlier. What you're doing now is you're connecting your staff to your task list dashboard without forcing them to even learn what the software is about. You're just saying, guys, going forward, you're going to be getting these emails, and I'm going to need you to start working managing your workload based on what the email is telling you. So staff can look at this and they can say, okay, tell me about the header collection listing. So this could be a deliverable that you've attached saying, follow the checklist, use the files that I've attached for you. So again, in this case here, they can be staff, they can even be clients or external service providers. Again, they don't even need to be licensed users, and you're going to start pushing these things to them. So this is the first big innovation regarding push email management that we're showcasing this summer. We've already rolled it out with quite a few clients, and it's really you see the potential. You get traction immediately, you get value immediately, but you also see potential in the company having the possibility now to consolidate their task managers and widen the doers. So task managers have more control from the dashboard. The doers get better, crisper information from the leaders that are telling them what they need to do. So let's see a couple more things while we still got a bit of time. The staff response survey, this is coming next month, just so you know. So what's going to happen next month? Our launch date is planned for the 1st of September. Our developers are usually good about their quotes. So this is probably going to be available in the second week of September. So basically, you're going to be able to say, I want a response from the staff member. They're going to see this button here, click here to provide an update. When they click it, they're going to go straight to a survey panel where they have access to any tasks that they've been assigned to. So basically, now these people become Presto users, whether they realize it or not. They're on this very simple survey panel, and you can see if I push this to Deepa, as soon as she clicks that button, she's in. Now you can control if you want them to log in or if you don't want them to log in. It's a couple security things you need to consider, obviously, but you have that control. And Deepa is going to come in. She's going to see there. First thing, explain the fix to developer, and she can see there it is. There's the status, and you're asking her, give me a status. All good, not sure, need more time. So she's going to select something. She's going to put a comment. Task number 2. So you can see over here, fix the bug. It's a bug fix task list. All good, not sure, need more time. And there's the status. So she's going to fill that out in overall comments, and then she's going to submit. So basically, she's giving you 1, 2, 3 comments, and this is going to come back to you on the note panel all automatically. So you're going to see Deepa's giving me notes. She's giving me her comments, and you're going to see it on this panel as well, the same way as you see on the Presto panel. For those of you that use Presto, when you update the notes, you get the nice note here feature here telling you where there are notes. So basically, your people are going to be able to do that. You're going to get an alert message or an automatic email if you set it up that way. So you can see, yep, Deepa's giving me an update. I can go check this out now. So that's what's coming next month. I know I got a couple more minutes. Grouping task lists. So now let's talk about how we group things, and then we'll leave a little bit of time for Q&A. So we've created this task list here, and now let's talk about some of the Agile projects we got going on. And here's where you have listed all your different projects. your grouped projects. And there's my agile projects. And we're going to talk about this one over here, which is linking and filtering meetings. So I'm now going to take this and I'm going to say that this project that we just created, this task list, is a child of my agile project, linking and filtering meetings. So now I'm going to close that. And you can see it's telling me I'm linked to one overarching project, one parent project, you might want to say. And then I'm going to go remove my filter from the dashboard. So I'm going to say, now show me everything in the company, but now let's filter my company by that one agile project. And you can see here, I will now come back to my main panel. I'm going to say, let's talk about all my different activities taking place. Here's my agile projects. I got 11 of them, 11 parent projects, 93 children. And let's talk about the one I just linked. So linking and filtering meetings. You can see there's 7 children. There they are. One's on the strategy team, one's on the business development team. That's the one we just created, the landing page. One's on the operations, and the rest are in product team, the developers. So let's open that up and take a look at what that looks like. So you can see here's our agile project linking and filtering meetings. This icon is completely controllable. So you can say, you can put special icons for special projects. This is about meetings. So we chose that icon. Here's the item that we just created. Where is it? Activities can be linked. Sorry, where does it say build a killer landing page? Yeah, there it is. Build a landing page for our new meeting management feature. So this is the one we just created. If I click on it, you can see there's everything we just built. There's us. And at this point, the last thing I'm going to show you, you could export these things to Excel very easily. You can choose the fields. There's the Excel. So this is very important for customers, companies that want to try the software, and they worry about maybe we're going to stop using it. Can we get our data back? This is how you get those things. And it's not just for projects, for all the other things. But here, let's push an email to the people and export this PDF. So I click the push button again. This time we're going to send this report. So I'm opening this up. These are all the people in the projects. I'm going to send it to Chris and myself again and say, guys, let's discuss tomorrow. Okay, so I send that now, and what you're going to see in my inbox immediately, it's coming, there it is. So now it's saying, Andrew has pushed this to you. There's my message, and you can see there is my PDF file. And here's a link to any document that is in that list of projects. And there's the document that is linked to our design. So again, you're giving people a group of tasks, a group of projects. You're giving them all the documents they need, and it's up to you to decide should they have access to the system, or am I comfortable just sending them emails and getting status updates? So I went a bit over time, but I appreciate everybody that stayed in here. We'll stay a bit longer if anybody wants to either send us some questions, or even feel free to open up your mic and ask a question. Chris, did you have anything you wanted to add before we start?
No, not at all. Happy to take questions from anybody.